You know, I sit back sometimes and I think about tall poppy syndrome in Australia, and the people that you try and help the most are the ones that can't be helped the most. I'm going to show you an auction house where everyone is able to get ahead financially by flipping items that they sell for profit, either by submitting items that you've got laying around your house, you just take to auction and you sell and you make your money that way, or you buy from this auction house and you sell on eBay or other platforms. Sorry, it's been a while between videos, guys, but I've been on Whatnot. Danny flipping deals over on Whatnot if you want to buy from me. And today we're going to go through and I'm going to do a unedited, uncut video of auctions. Basically, if you're looking to resell anything, the best way to do it is by taking whatever you've got to auction. All of this sells, and you don't have to store it, you don't have to advertise it, you don't have to deal with anybody. You literally drop it off to your local auction house, they run the auction and everything goes. You can buy anything. Everything you see here is secondhand, and you buy it from wherever you happen to source it from. You take it to auction, and the difference in your buy and sell cost is your profit. Everyone's doing it, from racks of clothing to toy kids' cars, and I'm going to show you some other bits and pieces. This auction house now has a second auction every fortnight. They do Wednesday nights and Thursdays because so many people are getting into reselling, because everyone's able to make good money. The average reseller is making $1,000 a week from 10 to 20 hours a week worth of time, which is what is driving the traffic. We've got a few people floating around that don't want to be on camera, so I'm going to walk in and out and show you bits and pieces while trying to avoid other people, because today is inspection day. What that means is before the auction's held, you're able to come in and have a look at any items you're wanting to buy. Auctions are great to sell through, but buy from. So a few of the items that I'll show you today will be items that can have a lot of profit in them if you're looking to basically buy in your local marketplace, whether that's Facebook or flea markets or swap meets or whatever, that you can sell by auction. But also, if you're an eBay seller, you can buy them from here and sell them on eBay. So, a box of games, it's all one lot, and we've got anything from Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, Sony PlayStation 1, we've got Nintendo Wii, and lots of games in there. We've got console there, there's a Nintendo Wii, there's a PlayStation 2, there's limited edition controllers, there's a guitar, there's Pokemon Game Boy, a big variety box lot. Now, like I said, I'm going to do this as an unedited video because I'm spending so much time on Whatnot, talking to you guys, selling to you guys, doing everything reselling. You know, it's building a little bit of a community, but the problem is I have spent 35 hours in the last month streaming, and it's given me less time to make these videos. So that's why I'm going to try this as a one take. So let me know in the comment section below whether you like this type of unedited raw content where you see my hands in the camera and all this bullshit. You know, excuse the pardon of the language, but I'm going to try and be as truthful as I can, as straightforward as I can, and behind the scenes style video. This Wednesday evening auction is getting over 100 unique bidders, and it's only been going for 3 weeks. All of this is normally garage sale sort of bulk lots that people are buying from here and they're chucking it on eBay. You're selling it, and I'll show you examples of that. This box here is of all cars stuff. Like, that is a CD player. That is a CD player. So they are like $80 each. There's also these toys, so clock radio, or clock, sorry. There's helmets. That's all one lot, might be 50 bucks. We got embossed old milk bottles. So everything here you can make money on. There's not much here, if anything, that actually sells for retail. Neptune's one of the most expensive motor oil brands that people are collecting in the genre of Petronalia. It's a more common tin, but that is still like $200 on the secondary market. Murano glass, really nice piece. Nice vase, that's probably $100 on eBay. Here, who knows? We got 4 different trading cards in one lot. Who remembers Blinky Bill? A modern Nintendo Game Boy style thing. How's the old bottle pourers, the Scotch pourers? Boxes of toys, and they're sold by the box here. Look at this for an old cheddar cheese box. It's still got the cardboard attached to it. That's never attached still. Costume jewelry, actually that's Pandora jewelry, you know, a whole tray of Pandora jewelry. Old signs and advertising, dairy milk, costume rings, some money box, cricketing cards, die cast toys as one box lot. I'll show you some of the better stuff, but you can get an indication as to the types of things that are selling here. Box lot of Pokemon, old decanters, these barcode shifters, some of those are $150 each on eBay. What else is in here? There's a bar mirror. We got old fridge magnets. How's the Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny? Ceramic wall plaque. More jewelry, Pokemon stickers, collector cards, Bugs Bunny boxed clock, travel bags, another mirror, CDs, Coca-Cola sign, some artwork, boxed Lego, a lot of Star Wars in there. Get my finger out the camera. Yo-yos and cards, comics including The Simpsons. This is Brownie Downing. Some of it used to be desirable, not so much anymore. Crystal, not crystal, what am I talking about? See, this is the problem when I'm not going to edit, I'm going to talk crap. Glass paperweights. What's that? Replica designer style watch. Wall plaques. Pokemon cards. Another sets of cards, old comics. More cards. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Old Cruit set, like I used to sell these for $180. That's all Carlton wear. We got some China dog figures, more costume jewelry, pocket knives, silverware, boxed PlayStation console, a lot of boxed Lego, more oil tins. Who's into Goosebumps books? These are making a comeback. Anzac biscuit tins. We got Marvel toys, Dr. Seuss books, like men's ties, some Shut the Gate style signs, a lot of indigenous stuff in this week's auction. There's a lot of it, and a lot of trading cards, Transformers, Blinky Bill, that's a bit of Australiana for you, J.K. Rowling's first edition Harry Potter, more Lego, Cares Bears, we got stamps, we got some really nice early uranium glass, boxes of records, and the list really does just go on. And this is only the Wednesday sale. The Thursday sale is a lot bigger. These little things here are $30 each on eBay, and this is one lot, and there's 2 boxes full of them. There's probably $1,000 worth in here, and that could be a $50 auction lot. From girls' toys to more Aboriginal items, kitchenware, a complete set of trading cards in a display case. These Wade pottery items used to be 30, 40, 50 each. Now they're probably 5, 10 each. More indigenous stuff. We got Skylanders, metal detectors, VCR radios, ladies' clothes, chrome BMX. Like, how cool is that? And it just literally goes on. I'll put you here for a second because I'm just going to take a photo that I can use for the thumbnail. But all of this is on a Wednesday, and then you get the Thursday sale the following day, and that's once a fortnight. So if I use this as a thumbnail, we'll see what we can get out of that. Do I do one of myself in it? We'll go like this. And you'll see that when you click on the video. We've got an illuminated Coca-Cola sign here. I mean, what kid wouldn't love that? And you can find that sort of stuff at auction. without even looking. And that's the thing with auctions. You get people that just come for a browse and they end up buying stuff they don't necessarily need. Like, I don't want to, the auctioneer who's the owner, he's on the phone, so I don't want to disturb him, I'll get in trouble. Auctions, I've been dealing with auctions since 2010, but as a reseller since 2000, I've just found that using auctions is the best way. You don't have to deal with people, and that's the number one thing. People all the time tell you you're a dreamer when you ask a certain price for something, like, these block mounted posters here, for example. You could put that on Facebook and ask $100 and you would never get it because people will think you're a dreamer. Bar mirror, some of those actually do well depending on the content and how old they are. In auction, it could be $100, $200, $400. You put that on Facebook for 80 and people will say you're a dreamer and they'll offer you $10 and it's insulting, and you got to deal with those people. And when you've got 1,000 items that you're picking up from garage sales every week or fortnight, or depending on obviously how much you're buying and how you're trying to move it, it's just too time consuming to try and move all that. And this is the small section where the better quality stuff sort of goes, but they have the bulk bay lot items all throughout there too. So some of the smaller, more valuable items that they put in here are things like those opal gems, which have insurance certificates for $50,000. And there's unique one-off pieces that you'll find here as well. And look at the Lego people at $5 a person. That lot should do well. So the brass birds are one lot. We've got a doll. How's the old vacant taxi sign, taxidermy turtle, die-cast vehicles, even boots, an old mask from the war, boxes of cameras, and lots of good quality records. You just got to flip through them, and at $50 a record, $500 there, you don't know what you're going to get it for here until you start bidding. Old gaming console, more die-cast, a lot of tin toys, cameras galore. That's a nice little tidy. Look at that, really nice and ornate. Haven't even been in here to have a look. Some of these box lots of the Matchbox cars are going for $500. There's a shit ton of jewellery this auction. Look at all the silver jewellery that they're going to have coming up. This is for Thursday's sale. And there is so much of it that's come out of an estate. And we got coins, beautiful wool birds. Are they basic? They are. So that's the stamp you want to look for when you're looking at these. A lot of silverware, a lot of money in this sort of stuff. The weight of this is like $2 a gram. So you pick that up and there's maybe, I don't know, 300 grams. That's like $600 in silver weight alone. And look at all the silver that's here. There's so much of it. And people will buy that just for its weight in silver instead of its weight in gold. Old enamel signs, carrier lamps. There's some trophies that were won in the 19th century from horse-related events that they had. And then little boxes of curios, you're getting a box of coins in here, some little bits of gold that you find, but you've got to look. The old carnival glass doesn't sort of do well on its own anymore, so they put it in a tray lot with some other bits and pieces. We got a bayonet with a sort of Bowie style knife that's been destroyed. Nice little tray of watches, little bullnose plane, and things that you just don't see on an everyday basis. Through here we've got a lot more of the same that we've been looking at earlier. This guy, he builds these, he's got a lot of them, spends a lot of hours, and then once he's built them and he's enjoyed them, he sells them through auction at a loss, but enjoys doing it, and it's the process. All of this stuff every week sells, and it turns over and it turns over. Every auction is from an estate and from resellers, and every item has a story. A lot of people are picking all this stuff up, a lot of people are throwing it away. A lot of this stuff some people don't value and they're just happy that it's gone. You can get a lot of profit from people who don't care. A lot of people, it's not worth their time to have a garage sale to sell $1,000 worth of stuff. They'd rather someone take it all for them than to waste a Saturday trying to move this stuff. So you get out what you put in. At the end of the day, if you want to do some work, you can create your own amount of work through what you're deciding to try and flip. And I bang on about auctions because they're profitable. I've made more money through selling with auctions than I have dealing with the public. And because I'm now using Whatnot, I've spent 35 hours streaming in the last month. So that's my Whatnot there. Danny flipping deals. I haven't got a scheduled show for, say, the next 10 weeks, except for, I can't even remember what day I've scheduled it for. The 15th of August is my next one. So when's that? That's Friday. The thing is, I've got a big 3-house estate that I'm going to. One guy's got 3 houses and he's a hoarder, he's a collector, he's got a lot of this sort of stuff. So I'm going to be buying from him for a couple of days. So Friday, I'll be live on Whatnot and I will show you some of the pickups. But effectively, this sort of stuff is what I pick up each and every week. Every single day there are opportunities. You can find stuff on Facebook, you just need to be quick about it. Every 5 minutes, you need to click refresh, 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 refresh. You'll always find something. Some of these bikes are now $5,000 if they're original and in good condition. People think they're $500 because they used to be $200, but now they're $5,000 and that's how you make your money. When do you ever find an Amoco tanker in the original box? That's a $300 bloody truck. You might get it here for 50, you chuck it on eBay, you make your 300 bucks. That's sealed. That's an $80 strategy game. You know, there's R.M. Williams boots in that box with all those hats, clock. There is stuff you can make money on, and a lot of people turn their nose up at it and they're like, 50 bucks profit's not worth my time. You times it by 1,000 on a Thursday sale and 400 by a Wednesday sale, there's $1,450 items that you can make every week. If you pick up 10 a week, there's your 400 bucks on a bad week. There are items here that people are making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on, because not everyone knows what to look for. Not everyone knows everything. There is always something that you can flip. You just got to put in your research. Now, by watching auctions, you can get an idea for what things sell for. So you don't have to be an auction seller, but by watching auctions, it will allow you to see the value of what is selling. And then if you see things at your garage sale or flea market, you're able to identify that you can pick them up cheaper, and you know in the back of your mind, this is what they sell for at auction. Therefore, you buy it cheaper and you're going to make that difference in profit without having to deal with anyone. I can buy 500 items at a garage sale, take it to auction, they sell, and the money's in the bank 2 weeks later. So check out my Whatnot if you want to buy direct from me. And if you're looking to source items to flip on eBay, or you're a collector and you're looking for certain items yourself, these auctions are a great place to source 1,500 items here every fortnight. There are other auctions as well. I prefer this one because they have a big buyers database, so they get good prices, and the variety of stock that they get from dealers like myself who supply them every auction is outstanding and second to none in South Australia. Every state has its own auction house. I'm always asked, who do I recommend? I recommend that you look on Google and do your own research. My opinion is going to be different to someone else's, and it will be yours. This is just an overall guide as to how I operate as a second-hand consumer as well, selling second-hand stuff. And it's available to everyone. It's not hard. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of people are making more money doing this as a side hustle than what they are working 9 to 5. And you can too. So if you like this type of content, leave a comment below. Let me know what you want to see in the future. I've got a lot of other videos like this that give you an idea as to how I go about things and where to source and so on. Check out my Whatnot. This auction house is called the Auction Rooms. If you go to the auctionrooms.com.au, they will allow you to register to bid. And if you're looking for non-fragile small items that are able to be posted, you can contact them and ask them and potentially have those items shipped to you. You need to contact them first because it's a new thing that they've only just implemented, and there is a handling fee associated. So I'll link their website in the description below, along with a link to my Whatnot if you're looking to be a buyer. I've got a link where you get $15 off, and if you're looking to be a seller, I've got a link where you'll get $100 matched with your first $100 of sales. There's so much secondhand stuff, and the thing with today's economy and inflation is people don't care. Everyone is inheriting $1 million homes. You know, the poor suburbs in Australia now are $1 million. So when people are dying and their family members are inheriting that $1 million house, Do you think they give a shit about the 10 grand worth of contents? They don't. So what's happening is these houses are being packed up by decluttering specialists, and all the possessions are being taken to auction. People want to get the house on the market and they want to sell it as quick as they possibly can. They don't care about the 10 grand worth of shit inside the house. They want it gone, and they want the house on the market, and they want the money in the bank. So opportunities arise for people that think $1,000 a week is a lot of money, or that, you know, that side income might be beneficial to them affording a holiday, etc. And they're able to take advantage of these auction houses that are getting these estates going through their doors each and every week. There is so much money you can make, and everyone's making money. And people are saying, well, you're ripping off the people that you're buying the stuff from to be able to make double your money or triple your money. But everyone's level of wealth and importance and time is different. Some people value their time at $30 an hour and they're happy with that. Others value their time at $1,000 an hour, and if it's not going to produce that for them, they wouldn't spend that time doing what it is that would produce that income. So you take advantage of those people that don't care. You want to be checking my Facebook and Instagram for all the short videos that I've been doing if you love having a bit of a laugh. There is so many woke, weak, broke people in Australia that hate the success that others achieve. And I provoke these people because I think by showing people how easy it is to make money, and by showing how little value some of their stuff is actually worth when they hold it sentimental, or they want to see it staying out of landfill or going to a good home, etc. It's really easy to get on people's nerves. And in Australia, there's nothing better than a blue-haired Karen that is easy to rile up. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, check out my Facebook at Danny Flipping Deals, or Instagram at Danny Flipping Deals, or TikTok. I get different reactions on all my posts. I might put the same video up and it might get 200,000 views on Facebook and only 20,000 on TikTok, or 200,000 on TikTok and only 5,000 on Instagram. But combined, I'm getting hundreds of comments, and most of it is hate, calling me things like a grub or a peasant or a scumbag or even worse. So when I hear people that take offense to things like when you call a Pokemon pack a Jap pack if it's from Japan or whatever, if people say that it's derogatory or it's insulting to say Jap, just like it's insulting to say Abo, or it's insulting to say Lebo, or insulting to say Wog, or insulting to say Pom, or insulting to say Aussie, it's just a word. Now, words don't hurt you unless you feel that they do. And your feelings are yours. Get over them. They're just a word. People are too sensitive today. And it's so easy to see these Karens and Kevins and the woke saying that it's not fair, poor me, and everyone gets their day. The rainbow flag marching people get their day, and the woke get their day. And what about the white straight male? When do we get our day? Just because I've got values and morals, and you know, a lot of people that can't take criticism doesn't mean that I can't think and speak a certain way, yet we're told we can't speak and say certain things. But start standing up for yourself. We are always told, don't do this, don't say that, think like this, speak like that. What about you do you? And if everyone just did them and kept their opinions to themselves, then no one would matter, no one would care. It's when everyone speaks their mind that others get upset by others' opinions, and we all die, we all go out the same way. Why worry about others' opinions of you when it doesn't mean anything? If I say the word Abo or Pom or Jap, I'm not racist. I don't give a shit what anyone says or thinks or does or what their colour of their skin is. What I care about are the weak-minded individuals that feel offended by a word. There's no need to feel offended. Your ancestors might have felt a certain way. It doesn't mean you need to still feel like that. Take a can of Toughen Up, stop being a sore, sour sob, And if you want to hate on me, comment below and tell me your woke view of the world and how we all should be little snowflakes, and I won't give a shit anyway. My niece goes to a school where they identify 210 genders. There's two, male and female. Simple. It's not complicated. And yet we've got all these people in power pushing all this crap down people's throats. And based on what I'm telling you now and saying in this video, it wouldn't surprise me if it gets suspended for whatever reason, because we're not allowed to have an opinion. Look at the German war that was created in World War II and everything that happened then. We're not allowed to speak of anything. You're all indoctrinated to think a certain way, and we can't sell anything of that history or nature. And everything that they're doing in society today in 2025, everything they did during the COVID days in 2021, we're just told to forget about it and move on. And you think that today is any different to in the 1940s when there was wars going on? It is what it is. People are too stupid and naive and gullible and don't think outside the box, because that's not how they're trained. You go to your school, you go to your uni, you go to your job. And people like me, we go and buy Pokemon cards to flip. I scalp cards because I can make a few $100s a day with an hour's work. I don't need to go and sit in a job 9 to 5. I sell in auction. They sell it for me. Some food for thought. My opinion, don't take it out on anyone except for the comment section below. Identify yourself if you're woke and you've got a different view to me. I will see you in the next one, guys.